So we want now to modify the general layout of our page. That is to say, for example, act on the background color or on the margins. For this, we have two methods at our disposal. The first is to use the Properties window by clicking on the HTML key here and Page Properties. Okay. This method is reserved for very small sites, that is to say, sites with a maximum of 10 pages. Indeed, the changes we make will be closely interlinked with the content of the page. For example, if we want to eventually replace the background color on all the pages of our website, we will take each page to make this change. The second technique is through a style sheet. The advantage of using style sheet is that if we act on our style sheet, all pages that depend on the style sheet will be updated. However, even for a small site, it may be appropriate to know this manipulation. So, imagine you have this our page is like that, and I will click on the Properties page K here. In the dialog box that appeared, in the category Appearance HTML, I can, with the Browse key, select here a background image. Maybe I can choose, I don't know what maybe here. Why not this one? So I click on OK, OK, OK. And OK. So I pressed the Apply key here, and you have the result here. And it's a big disaster, because on one hand we see that the picture is reproduced in multiple copies, and also the text is perfectly unreadable. So it is recommended to use a background image to an HTML page if and only if it is very unsaturated in color and very simple in graphics. It's better to use a background color. So we undo what we have done here, and we can choose a background color. So here I click on this button and we choose a color, a background color, this one. Okay, and I confirm by applying. So we realize immediately that the text is much easier to read than before. But I think that this gray is a little dark and I want to lighten it. So I'm going to click on this icon and fourth on this one, here, this one here, to lighten it with this cursor here. So I think that's it's sufficient here, and then I click on OK and apply. And OK. So the background color is much lighter than before. So I can change the general color of the text, and so I do the same things. So I press on page properties here, then in appearance HTML I click on this text here button, choose the text color, maybe, so I can choose this one here, and I click on apply, and the color of my text has changed. So I can do here, I can set here a left margin for about 50 pixels and a top margin of 20 pixels. So I press the OK, and you can see that my text shifts in the number of pixels of the margin required. So, how I translate my choices in HTML? That could be a good question. So when I press the code key in the display code here, so I can see in this tag that some attributes appeared. Now in this body tag, so we can see the background color attribute and text color attribute and the margins attribute, left margin and top margin. So this line can be modified at the end. For instance, I want to modify the text color here, and I choose for instance FF, CC and OO. So this is a color, a yellow color. So I can see here by clicking on the creation display that the text is really yellow and rather unreadable. So I go back to the previous color. So when I want to undo the last operation, you have to use the key combination Control plus Z. So if we do this, we go back. Sorry. Here. Okay, we go back for the last versions. So the first time, so it will cancel my first choice. At the second time, it will cancel my second choice, etc., etc. And you can do this for several operations. So, going back to the creation display, my text appears as it was before. So we have seen in this video how to change the layout of the page by acting both at the margins and at the background color.